Once upon a time, in a beautiful village called Umueka, lived a young woman named Chika. She was known for her kindness and beauty, but a dark cloud always seemed to hang over her life. Chika lived a very lonely life in the land of Umueka. Every man Chika married met a terrible and mysterious end shortly after their wedding. Chika cried bitterly, but help indeed was far away from her. The villagers whispered about a malevolent masquerade called Igbudu, said to be an evil spirit that claimed the lives of Chika's husbands. Igbudu was spiritually married to Chika, and she will always see herself having a good moment with him. Chika quickly wakes up scared and screamed, thinking deeply about the dream she just had. Chika was heartbroken and confused. She had loved each of her husbands deeply, and their sudden deaths left her in despair. Her first husband, Umueka, a strong and hardworking farmer, fell ill with a strange sickness just weeks after their wedding and passed away within days. Her second husband, Femi, a kind and gentle trader, was found dead in the forest, with no visible wounds. The third, Ode, a respected fisherman, drowned in the river despite being a strong swimmer. Fear followed Chika like a shadow. Men in the village became afraid to court her, believing she was cursed and that Igbudu was somehow connected to her. Chika lived in isolation, her once bright eyes now filled with sadness and worry. She spent her days praying and seeking answers from the village elders and spiritual healers. One day, an old and wise woman named Uko, strange but has deep understanding of the spirit world, approached Chika. She had seen Chika suffering and felt a strong urge to help her. Few days later, Uko took Chika to Mommy Forest, a sacred place reserved for Umu's water spirit. Uko, using her magical powers, showed Chika that her misfortunes was linked to her birth. Chika, Uko, her voice gentle but firm, your mother joined her ancestors while you were still very tender, making you have no idea of the circumstances surrounding your birth. Your mother was a beautiful woman but often went to the river several years after she got married without an issue. It is said that she calmed her troubled her there and also had a special connection with the water spirits. Chika was surprised, her mouth wide open staring at the revelation in fear. Uko revealed that Chika's mother had made a pact with the Umueka's powerful water spirit, a beautiful but formidable being. In exchange for a beautiful child, the spirit claimed a right over your life, particularly your marital happiness. Igbudu, the evil masquerade that haunted you, Chika, is a worthy servant of Mommy the water spirit, tasked with ensuring Chika to protect and love you as his wife. The revelation shocked Chika. It explained the mysterious deaths of her husbands and the fear that surrounded her. Uko explained that the water spirit is powerful, but also could be appeased. She instructed Chika to go to the river on the next full moon, to plead with the water spirit for release. On the night of the full moon, Chika, accompanied by Uko, went to the river bank. The air was thick with anticipation and the sound of crickets. Following Uko's instructions, Uko entered the water and gave out the offerings to Mommy. She pleaded for forgiveness and asked for the curse to be lifted. As Uko finished her plea, the surface of the river rippled. Mommy smiled and received the offering, and told Uko Igbudu would no longer have power over Chika's life. A sense of peace washed over Chika, who was seated in fear at the riverside. Uko smiled, assuring her that the curse was broken. Chika woke up from her dream screaming and sweating profusely. Time passed, and the fear surrounding Chika began to fade. The villagers noticed a change in her demeanor. The sadness in her eyes was replaced by a glimmer of hope. One day, she met a kind and courageous man named Oak. He already knew the stories about Chika but was not afraid. He saw her kind heart and gentle spirit. Chika saw Igbudu for the first time, releasing his hold of her and she helping him take off his hands. Surprisingly, Chika woke up in deep thought seated on her bed. To a great extent she felt some relief, like some cool breeze just blew all over her body. Oak fell in love with Chika, spending most of his time with her. Both of them truly loved each other. Several months later, they got married. Chika and Oak were very happy and celebrated their union in grand style. This time, there was no tragedy. Igbudu did not appear. Chika and Oak lived happily together, their home filled with laughter and love. She was finally free to experience the joy of a loving marriage. Chika was a very good cook and a lovely wife. Her home was never without sumptuous meals at the table with true happiness, a reminder that even the darkest curses can be broken with courage, understanding, and respect.